This past Monday night, AJ Styles and Seth freaking Rollins, Money in the Bank qualifier. I didn't have enough time to convey all of the layers and elements to that matchup because I was just busy calling a banger of a match. Two of the best in-ring competitors of our generation, which I don't know anybody who truly doesn't believe that. But Sam, here's where I'm gonna get bold on you.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
For my money, as a fan of this business, in my not quite humble opinion, Seth freaking Rollins is the best sports entertainer, professional wrestler, superstar, whatever label you want to put on him, on earth.
Whoa.
Not just in WWE, not in America, in the world. I believe that in my soul. After watching what Rollins has done night in and night out, week in and week out for years. When Rollins is in the ring, you're never going to be disappointed. But the trilogy of matches with Cody, and then to recover after losing in Hell in a Cell, coming up on the short end of this hot rivalry, the focal point story, to, without missing a beat, reinsert himself in the top tier as the number one villain bad guy on Monday Night Raw, and continue to churn out these epic matches almost effortlessly. There's no one that can touch Rollins, in my opinion. Do you agree?
Talk about bold. That is a big statement. I'm sure there's a certain tribal chief that would not take kindly to it.
Understood.
But it's a solid argument. I mean, if you look at what, especially this era of Rollins has done, right? Because when you talk about sports entertainers, right, not only in the ring, but the troll Rollins era of Seth Rollins, whether it's coming out in the Shield gear with Roman, or it's coming out in the polka dots with Cody. I mean, there's so many layers. And as I think you know, storytelling is absolutely why I watch sports entertainment. And I think, what attracts a lot of us to it is this ability to tell deeply meaningful stories. And sometimes that's done through interviews and attire, and sometimes it's done through a single match, like the story that AJ and Seth told. But to your point, Seth doesn't miss lately when he's telling these stories, whether it's a one-night story in the ring.
Since Seth has missed.
Yeah, and I do feel like, there were people who were critical of Seth when he was the champion. And there were people that felt like he didn't quite live up to that expectation, right? And so I think that there are some that feel like he's almost coming from beneath to kind of rebuild to what this incarnation of Seth Rollins is. I think we're seeing the best Seth Rollins that we've ever seen.
I agree.
Which is saying a lot.
I agree.
Which is saying a lot based on where we started.
And to have such a body of work to this point to draw from already, think of what Rollins has accomplished. The fact that he has the greatest Money in the Bank cash-in ever since Money in the Bank has been conceived. No one will argue that. And it's an afterthought. And then he brings it up on Monday Night Raw in the interview backstage, and I think a lot of people went, oh my God, you're right. I forgot about that. But to me, much like Roman Reigns evolved into the head of the table to be this dominant video game boss force that he is now, Rollins has finally reached his final form. And I don't want to say final form as in this is as far as it goes, but I mean complete. Rollins is firing on all cylinders. He knows who he is. And to your point, maybe people were critical or people weren't thrilled when he was the champion. That's not the same guy. I'm talking 2022 Seth freaking Rollins, who has run the gamut and has been through everything that he has. But right now, from where I'm sitting, ringside, week after week, Rollins just doesn't miss.
Yeah, and I love the final form thing, right? Because I talk about that all the time. I feel like after I shaved my head, it was my step into achieving my final form. You know when you've hit it, right? When you're like,
that was your moment. That was your aha.
I go like, yeah, this is what it's supposed to be. Sam with hair had his run. It was a good time, but that guy's dead, and he needs to be dead. He sucks, right? This is the way it should be for me. Now, Seth, we're now going way higher levels. And I think that you're right about Seth being different. And I think some of the reason that people forget about that cash in is because Seth just takes you on these journeys with him. And Seth has the incredible ability to be this performer and have you forget everything that came before. You don't think about the other incarnations of Seth Rollins because he has you so transfixed in the moment, which I think is this understated quality that it's a masterclass because it's so understated that people don't even know it's happening. I think that Seth is having this moment right now where people are going to have to catch up to him. I don't think people have figured out exactly how high a level Seth Rollins is playing on right now. You know, I'd say this. When you think about Cody, right, and you think about the trilogy of matches, anyone else, people would be so annoyed about 3 matches. Cody finally comes back to WWE, and 3 in a row, it's with Seth Rollins. Any other opponent, fans would go, you got to be kidding me. They're doing another rematch. Cody goes out with an injury. And what's the Cody match that everybody's waiting for? Cody versus Rollins 4. And that says a lot about Rollins.
It absolutely does. And Rollins lost all 3 of those high-profile matches. Yet he is the name on the tips of everyone's tongue. That is my point. Is Rollins he's bulletproof right now. And he just continues to get better and better. And you go out there with AJ and just tear it down because it's not like just fantastic character work. He's backing it up in the ring with compelling matches week after week after week. He can speak all night long and hold your attention. Everything about Rollins for my money. And I don't expect everyone to accept this, but I don't think you're going to have to put up a pretty strong argument to prove me wrong in my own mind on this right now. I'm just saying for all facets of the business right now, Rollins is really, really in his wheelhouse. He's found himself and he's untouchable.
Yeah, I love that you said that because like when these arguments get made, I don't just, Corey Graves, my opinion is very, very meaningful. I don't just throw these things around willy-nilly. So I am going to have to go back into my back cave and do some significant research, but it's a very good argument. I think that Rollins is one of the best of all time. I think Rollins is the best he's ever been right now. And I'm hard pressed to think of a lot of people that are even in the same conversation as Seth Rollins.
In the last decade, not more than a handful.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like what you hear? Catch full episodes of After the Bell on Spotify. Follow us now and never miss an episode.